The fifth season is set in 1929. Opening with the Wall Street crash, Tommy Shelby is now a Labour MP, living in his grand estate with his wife Lizzie and their children. However, his mind is haunted by visions of grace. The season's central conflict pits Tommy against the rise of fascism in the form of Oswald Mosley, whom he is secretly tasked with bringing down. At the same time, Tommy must confront a brutal new enemy, the Glasgow-based Billy Boys gang led by Jimmy McCaver, and a rebellion within his own family. As Michael and his new wife Gina attempt to take over of the company, the season builds toward a high-stakes assassination attempt that ends in tragedy and betrayal, leaving Tommy utterly broken. Episode 1, Black Tuesday. The season opens with the stock market crash. Tommy liquidates his assets to avoid ruin, but the family is shaken. Michael returns from America with his new wife, Gina Gray. Tommy is haunted by Grace's ghost and turns to Lizzie for stability. Aberama Gold rides, having fallen in love with Polly and asking for her hand. However, tragedy strikes when the Billy Boys ambush the gypsy camp, crucifying and murdering Aberama's son, Bonnie Gold, and leaving Aberama for dead. Tommy meets Sir Oswald Mosley, a charismatic and rising fascist politician, and is immediately drawn into a dangerous gang. Episode 2, Black Cats. Tommy investigates the Billy Boys and their connection to illegal rackets. He confronts Jimmy McCaver in a bar, but the meeting proves McCaver's fearlessness. Polly, fearing the life of violence, visits a clinic to abort the baby she and Aberama had conceived, devastating Aberama. When he finds out, Arthur struggles with Linda's push towards a peaceful, Quaker life, leading to growing tension. Tommy suffers a hallucination of Grace during a visit with a dead nun, deepening his torment. Michael and Gina propose a restructuring of the company that would effectively sideline Tommy, revealing their ambition. Episode 3, Strategy. Tommy meets with British intelligence. He is tasked with infiltrating and ultimately assassinating Oswald Mosley, whose fascist politics are deemed a threat to the nation. Tommy formulates a plan and envisions using a sniper. Arthur, trying to be a better man, joins Linda at a temperance meeting but reaches his breaking point, savagely attacking a man there and leaving with the Peaky blinders. Tommy and Arthur corner McCaver in a pub, where McCaver tells Tommy he is protected by Mosley and slashes Tommy's face. Michael and Jean openly defy Tommy in a board meeting, and Tommy exiles them from the family business, sending them back to America. Episode 4, The Loop. Tommy visits Alfie Solomons, who is alive, living in Margate, and running a smaller operation. Alfie, though initially hostile, warns Tommy that Mosley is the devil and that the rise of fascism must be stopped. Tommy begins the practical planning of Mosley's assassination. He visits his old friend Barney Thompson, a former sniper locked in a mental asylum, and lays out his plan for Barney to take the shot from the stage at a future rally. The Shelby family tensions simmer, with Arthur's rage against Linda growing and the shadow of Michael's betrayal hanging over everything. Episode 5, The Shock. Preparations for the assassination intensify. Arthur's marriage to Linda collapses completely. He beats a man she had grown close to, and returns to violence, leading Linda to leave him for good. Polly, Aberama, and Tommy negotiate the final details of the plan. Arthur will fire a flare as a signal, Barney will take the shot, and Aberama will be in the crowd to kill McCaver. However, an unseen betrayal is brewing. Finn, Tommy's youngest brother, casually reveals to Billy Gray, a footballer on the Peaky Blinders payroll, that a sniper will shoot a fascist. Dilly secretly makes a phone call, implying a leak to the other side. Episode 6, Mr. Jones. On the night of Mosley's grand fascist rally, the Shelby family puts the plan into action. Tommy attends the rally, giving Mosley a false reassurance. Arthur is positioned to fire the signal flare. Barney is hidden in the theater, ready to shoot. However, the plan collapses spectacularly. Before Barney can fire, an unknown assassin stabs Aberama Gold to death and a hidden shooter kills Barney. Mosley escapes unharmed. In the ensuing chaos, Tommy realizes they have been betrayed. Tommy flees to a dark field, where Grace's ghost appears. He screams in agony, pressing a gun to his head, completely undone. Later, Tommy confronts Michael, suspecting him. Michael denies it, but Tommy loads a gun and tells him that if the betrayal is ever traced back to him or Gina, he will die. The season ends with Tommy alone in the fog, gun in hand, Is sanity slipping? As Lizzie walks away,